What's up, folks? This is your man, Jack Gill Podcast Show, where everything is talked about. And tonight, another late night rant, I guess. Just talking in general, just freestyling, and basically the America. The America that we want to cherish and want to live in. We want to do our 9 to 5s, and we want to raise the family and do all the things just living in America. The whole country that we think is the correct thing to do, right? We are told to put on our bootstraps and do what's right, do the right thing, abide by the rules, abide by the laws, and don't have anything to hinder that operation. And you go to work and you come home and you do everything that you should do. And yet we have 9 people in this country that really changes the culture. And I'm only talking to you young people that are out there that is not understanding the the big morality of what should go on in this country. And I know we just go to work and we do our 9 to 5 and we basically not understanding what we should be doing. Um, it's more to it than that, right? It's some kind of way that we need to be watching and understanding the morality of what's going on, because there's so many people out here that doesn't understand, and we don't look, because these people here, and I put these people up because this is what, since the year 2000, they have been giving the country hell. Now, not all of these were there, right? But it's been these people that has been giving the country hell. And it is amazing that we as Americans don't understand that. But these 9 people here controls 330 million people. And it's a shame that we have to deal with that. And it is a binding choice that we have, that if we're going to allow just these folks here to be a part of our lives, and not understanding what they represent. And the thing about it, we have to understand what they are representing. And if we don't understand what they are representing the affirmative action, your civil rights, your rights to be able to bear arms, and so to speak. But for them to go back and to change a law, the bunt stop, right, whatever it was called, to where you can add more bullets to a machine gun, or whatever the gun you wants to call it. I always thought one bullet can do the trick. So why are we add more magazines to a gun, the bump stop, right? They take away women rights to choose. Where in the world is there a human being that can tell another human being what they should do with their body? Especially women, because this America won't go back to the old America. It doesn't want to see anything prosper, because of the American dream. To me, was the American dream, right? It wasn't meant for a diverse American dream. It was meant for an American dream for the rich, wealthy white man in this land, in this country, because whiteness didn't become a thing until the 1600s, 1681 or 82, I think it was. It's when everybody made a distinction of different colors, because believe it or not, people of all color was walking free. They were free. You would pay off a bit of land from whoever you was, and they would give you land, or however they did these back in those days. I don't want to go way back that way, because I hate to even think about what this country was back in the 1600s and 1700s. But these nine will take everything away from you. They are allowed to control the narrative. Thank you. But they are allowed to control the narrative in this country. And I said it in Bush v. Gore. I knew it at the time. That's what that was. The Supreme Court wanted to run the country. Now, they're not supposed to have any say so with all these political laws and rules, because we have what? Executive branch, a legislative branch, a judicial branch. It's 3 forms of government, right? Or 4 forms of government. You got the Senate branch. But we as Americans, if we don't understand what our priorities are, and I know I'm just preaching to the choir, because you can go over there and see all the content creators, the new media, so to speak, that all these different platforms, thank you for the Midas Touch of the world, the Tennessee Brandos of the world, Occupy Democracy for the world, you got Politics by Tabitha. It's so many people are trying to make you aware of what is going on. Project 25, if you haven't read it, now the people are talking about it. It's just not right. But you have a choice. You definitely have a choice. You either want democracy or you want a dictator. It's either one. You want a democracy or you want a dictatorship. And the national media have decided that they are not going to pursue the gentleman that wants to be a dictator, that has all the criminal acts, as a horrible person. See, because he wasn't trying to win the White House. It was all about ratings for him. He was trying to sell a book. Each president elections, for 2 or 3 elections, it was all about him, his run for the White House and selling the book. He had no idea he would ever win a presidential election. But what he did, he hoodwinked everybody into thinking and saying what the people that felt they were left behind, poor whites, poor black, or whatever, I'm not even going to call you poor, just whites and blacks that thought they were left behind. And somehow or another, he used that to get your vote, to get you to think that your world was crumbling, and you bit on the apple, and now we have what we call Donald J. Trump. And it's a shame that we are not trying to understand all of the craziness that this guy gives you. He won the battle, right? He won that battle that he was fighting. And the battle was with the Supreme Court. They allowed him to get immunity to certain things that he don't have to even worry about. They allowed that to happen. What country in the world, I don't care who you are not above nobody's law, unless you Kim Jong-un over in North Korea. How do so many people allow one guy to dictate your life? Because once you get the military on your side, if they decide to stand with you, yeah, I understand. But this guy here, it's just astonishing to me. And then this guy. This is the most criminal guy. He's worse than 45. He's been doing things to people his entire lie that he told on the confirmation. When he was accused of what Anita Hill, thank you Anita Hill for bringing it out. But this is a prime example. If you fit their narrative, we got you covered. If you fit their narrative, we got you covered. You make it hard for people that are struggling, that's trying to get rights, civil rights, affirmative action, uh, all these different laws and things. If you stand against that, you be that deciding vote, which he was in many cases. He never recused himself from any damn thing, nothing. Anything that has to do with a conservative agenda, this guy, this guy, this guy, he's yours. He is yours. So what do you think is going to happen when we have a election and 45 wins the election? What the hell you think will happen? Now we'll be in a situation where nothing's going out the window, right? Nothing. This guy will make sure his guy's winning. That's the sad thing about it. He's going to make sure his guy's winning. But America, we are heading for self-destruction. 936-587-0465. Call in. Give me your thoughts on what you think about it. How have you changed your mind, and have you went and checked out Project 25? Just read a couple of pages of it. It's damn near 1,000 pages, so there's a lot of things that they want to do. For all you conservative federal workers, you won't be able to keep a job if 45 recovers the White House. I don't think you guys understood that. And here's another thing. This guy, even your federal colleagues don't understand that if crazy man returns again to the White House, we don't need a Supreme Court. We don't need you. We don't need you. That's the part that you guys don't understand. If this clown gets back into the White House, there will be no need for a Supreme Court. And I make that make sense. There will be no need for a Supreme Court. Make it make sense. Because all aspect of the decision making will go to one particular person. He doesn't need you to make a decision for him. That is the part that we have to understand. All the craziness that goes on in this country. And everybody's wanting, the national media is wanting Biden to step down. They have went on a warpath against the 81-year-old man. So what is it? Do we want a democracy again? Or do we want a dictatorship? Which one do you want? Is your choice, America. Democracy. Dictator. Which one do you want? I choose democracy. I choose being able to see my kids, my grandkids grow up, live their life free, being able to buy a home, have a job that's giving you equal opportunity, not with this crazy CRT mess and DEI craziness, being woke, all the craziness. Those are just dog whistles to code words, right? That's what it is. They are just code words. It's a replacement for the N word. CTR. Being woke. DEI. I had an article the other day. I forget the gentleman that wrote it. Was Axios, I think it is. Kamala Harris, a DEI vice president. Oh, Man, I almost lost my chain of thought there. Are you serious? Well educated black woman, but she's a DEI high. She's well educated. She is well educated, but she's a DEI hire. So this is where we come, America. Your choice: democracy, dictatorship. Which one do you want? It is the Biden's fighting against the GOP. The Bidens fighting against a whole political party. Not only is the Bidens fighting, his administration, and for those, the NBCs of the world, the ABCs of the world, the NBCs of the world, CBSs of the world, you guys have been on a warpath to try to get this man to get out of the way. For what? Is it all about ratings for you? Is it all about having clicks? Is it all about that? Are you basically wanting a dictatorship? That's what you want? You have spent 2 weeks bashing President Joe Biden, coming up with all kind of theories. Dementia. He's done seen neurologists and all these different type of things. But no one is calling for the 34 count criminal felon, a sexual assaulter, money laundering guy, owes $500 million. 94 criminal charges brought against this man. But yet, no one has called for him to step down. Well, I am. Jack Gill needs for Donald J. Trump to step down out of the presidential race. National media, you're weak. You're worse than people thought. You are weak. For you not to want calling for Donald Trump to step down. You guys are basically weak. And what is it? What is it? Why are you so weak? Are you afraid of these people? Are you afraid of them? The most corrupt 9 people it is in a world. Well, I'm going to say, not say 9, I'm going to say 6. 6 conservative justices that has changed the narrative of this country since 2016. Since the orange man walked down the escalator in 2015. When he came out throwing salt on people with no empathy, no humanity. Mexico are sending their worst criminals and thugs. All they do is commit crime. Yet you still have Hispanic racists, Latino racists that goes out and vote for a criminal. All because of the simple stereotype. If you are a Democrat, you're getting free stuff. I'm still waiting on my free things. I'm waiting on them. I can't get anything free. I have to go and work. Look at me. There is nothing that says you get what you want free for a guy that looks like me. I don't understand all those dog whistles that the conservative party puts out. And the national media just runs and runs and runs and runs and runs and run with it. It's amazing to me. I saw Jay, the press secretary. I can't even pronounce her name. I think it's the press secretary for Joe Biden, for President Biden. She gives press briefings every day. So people soon to forget that under 45, they start giving press briefings. Start giving them. Do we know why? They didn't like the questions. Folks, 936-587-0465, Jack Gill Podcast Show. Give me a call if you think you want to talk about it, or you can leave me a voicemail. Because I'm vented long enough, but folks, all of my young folks, you need to go out and vote. The only way we're going to save this country, this democracy, is to go out and vote November 5th, and let's get rid of 45 once and for all. He won't be able to hide behind, I'm running for president again, right? He won't be able to hide behind it. His 6 cronies that's on the Supreme Court won't be able to help him anymore. And I'm so glad now that they have started an inquiry, an investigation into one Clarence Thomas. I am so glad. He needs it. It doesn't make any sense that he's able to do the things that he does and gets away with it. Unbelievable. But folks, this is your man Jack Gill Podcast Show, where everything has been talked about. I will be coming back later on and talking later on today with another nugget, because it's just so hard to understand why we are allowed this type of stuff with 40 million people in this country, and we abide by the laws and rules, and we the people don't have anything to say. Shout out again to the Midas Touch and all of you guys that are fighting for democracy out there, that are content creators, the new media. Keep doing your thing. Don't let up on these politics, folks. And please go tell your neighbor, tell your children to go grab somebody to bring them to the polls. Let's get out the vote. Let's get rid of all this craziness and conspiracy theories and all these different things that's going on in our daily lives that some of us don't, probably 100 million of us don't even pay attention to. We don't have time. We got to go and see how are we going to buy that carton of eggs. How are we going to buy that gallon of milk? How are we going to buy that loaf of bread? I'm not making enough. Our political people are draining us dry because of this bickering and this fighting and fussing. And only one side, all they do is keep up conspiracy theories, always coming out with certain things to drive the narrative somewhere else. Don't focus on the people, the people that has elected them to their seat. Once they get into that seat, they can care less. And we, as the American blue collar people, we don't vet these people because they have one thing to say and we love it. And we never vet them. That's the problem. We don't vet them. But folks, this is your man Jack Gill Podcast Show, where everything is talked about. Folks, and remember, don't let anyone tell you that you cannot succeed. You first must love yourself before anyone else can love you. Peace.